What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the stimulus package update, daily news, pretty much everything going on here in our country, the stock markets, money, investing. Remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. Okay, first off, let's start off with this here article from yesterday. State of pay. Some states will be getting a surprise stimulus check. See if you qualify. 19 different states are paying out stimulus checks or stimulus programs that are paying out money to either the whole state or, well, not the whole state, but at least a lot of different groups of people in the state. And we're going to go through that right now, and there'll be more of these in the future. So let's go through these right now, and I'll be keeping you up to date on more states that will be doing this in the future. So here are the states that are paying out stimulus checks right now. As you can see here, states are now starting to release financial incentives to help ease the monetary effects of the pandemic. What different states are doing. Alaska, residents can qualify for additional funds through the federal state extended benefit program, which will allow for an additional 13 to 20 weeks of checks through unemployment. Okay, so Alaska residents can qualify for this if you're eligible. So keep that in mind. You'll probably need to apply for that. In Arizona, the state's Back to Work program offers a one-off $1,000 payment for unemployed people who work part-time and a $2,000 check. Pretty interesting. Now, that's a lot of money for any unemployed person taking on full-time work. So Arizona has a back to work program, $1,000 to $2,000 for going back to work. $2,000, that's a lot of money. So in the state of Arizona. California, of course, we all know, has the Golden State Stimulus Check program. Entitles people who make between $30,000 to $75,000 to collect $500 to $600 checks, plus an additional $500 to people with dependents for a total of $1,100. So it's six. So this is a little bit worded incorrectly. So this is the second round of the Golden State Stimulus Check program. Before, it was for people that made between or up to $30,000 got the first round of the Golden State Stimulus Check program, which was $600. The second round of the Golden State Stimulus Check program is going out right now, but for people that make between $30,000 and $75,000. And if you have children, you can get an additional $500 for dependents. So you can get a total of $1,100. This is going to go out to up to 27 million people in California. So yeah, those are going out right now, and they're still going out. They're still sending out millions of them. They're sending out like 1 to 2 million a week. So they're going to be going on for a while. So just keep that in mind. You have to file a tax return so that they know how much money you make, or I believe be on SSI. So please keep that in mind as well. Colorado, anyone who had received an unemployment check between March and October 2020 will receive an extra $375 check. I believe that those have already gone out for the state of Colorado. Connecticut, the state's Back to Work plan offers a $1,000 check to eligible applicants who join the workforce after 8 weeks off of unemployment. So a $1,000 check for the state of Connecticut. Florida, teachers and administrators will receive an extra $1,000 check, also kind of known as a hazard pay check, for the state of Florida. Those have recently gone out. I'm not sure if those are still going out for the state of Florida. Let us know if you've gotten any of these checks. That are going out. Please let our viewers know down below in the comments if you've gotten any of these. For the state of Georgia, the Peach State follows Florida's model and offers full-time teachers and administrators $1,000 checks. while part-time teachers will receive $500. These are kind of known as hazard pay as well for the state of Georgia, $500 to $1,000 checks. Pretty awesome. The state of Idaho, residents are expected to receive a one-time tax rebate in the near future. There's no additional information here listed. So if you're from the state of Idaho, please comment down below. I will look into that for more information. Actually, I just looked it up for you guys right now. Idaho is sending out $169 million in one-time income tax rebates. Some 645,000 income tax rebates totaling $169 million are being sent out right now. The Idaho Division of Financial Management Administrator Alex Adams told lawmakers that the average rebate has been $248, so almost $250. So an extra $250 for about 645,000 residents in Idaho. The rebates are part of tax relief legislation passed by Idaho legislators, signed into law by Republican Governor Brad Little earlier this year. With your help, we did pass the largest tax relief package in help of the state. So yeah, an extra almost $250. Pretty awesome. Maryland, the state repealed the state and local taxes on unemployment benefits and has set aside some $720 million for farm workers and meat packers and grocery store workers in the state of Maryland. Michigan, the state is giving a $500 hazard pay bonus for teachers in the state of Michigan. In Minnesota, some 116,000 residents can receive a check for $1,200. I'm not sure on this one, but a Google search shows that nearly 116,000 Minnesotans may have an unclaimed $1,200 stimulus check from the first stimulus check. So, yeah, you can see here the IRS recently sent out letters to people who did not file a tax return for either 2018 or 2019, but may still be eligible for the economic impact payment, which is a stimulus check, according to the Minnesota Department of Revenue. These are people who appear to have very low incomes and did not have a requirement to file a tax return. Honestly, this is probably eligible for all states. So if you don't normally file tax returns, you have to tell the IRS that you're a person and use the non-filer tool, or maybe the IRS will send you a letter. The problem with this now is that the non-filers tool is closed. As you can see here, I just went to it. Non-filer tool enter information is closed. So that's maybe why the IRS is sending out letters. So yeah, a little bit of a sticky situation there. I'm not sure why the IRS would close that tool, but alas, it's the IRS. So maybe if they send you a letter, maybe they know about you, but you probably have to do something to tell the IRS that you want to claim the check. In Missouri, families with children are entitled to a temporary child care subsidy. So look into that if you're in Missouri and you're paying for child care. In Nevada, working families can receive $3,000 to $3,600 through the child tax credits. Well, the child tax credit is available for everybody in the United States. So I'm not sure why they're singling that out for just Nevada, but alas. New Hampshire, families of 3 without an income can get a $1,086 check. Very interesting there for the state of New Hampshire. New Mexico, the state has set aside $5 million for low-income residents afflicted by the pandemic for the state of New Mexico. Ohio, the state has allocated $46 million to support students in need. That's actually the first time I've heard about that. I'm from Ohio. The state of Ohio has allocated $46 million to support students in need. Very interesting. So if you're a student in need, I recommend you Google that, look it up. It might help you out. Oklahoma, the Panhandle state allocated $13 million to help pay student teachers for Oklahoma. Tennessee, the state gave checks of $1,000 to teachers as hazard pay for the state of Tennessee. A lot of states are giving hazard pay to teachers, so thank you to our teachers. Of course, there's a lot of other first responders, doctors, nurses, truckers, everybody, grocery store workers, pretty much anybody that worked through the pandemic also deserves hazard pay. Countless other people that worked throughout the pandemic. So a lot of people deserve hazard pay. So I'd like to see a lot more of that in the future. Utah select residents got 3 rounds of payments with an average worth of 2784. Okay, so I looked this up. I think this is just a little misleading here. The Utah families received the largest stimulus checks in the country. I think this is basically just based on the 3 stimulus checks that went out, just because the Utah has the largest family size. So the 3 different stimulus checks that have gone out, again, that they all had stimulus checks for children. So that Utah just had, you can see here, Utah has received the largest stimulus checks in the 3rd round of direct payments with an average windfall of 2784, according to the IRS, just because they have the largest family size. The typical household in Utah has 3.1 residents, so and the $1,400 stimulus checks, including $1,400 per child. So I don't think there's anything additional in there for Utah. So just kind of being realistic here. Also, the article didn't even mention the state of Maine, which we know about here, that the state of Maine is sending out stimulus checks or hazard pay to everybody earning less than $75,000 in the state. It's part of the state's $8.5 billion state budget agreed to in June. They're going to start sending those stimulus checks out on November 1st for Mainers earning less than $75,000 starting on November 1st for the state of Maine. So pretty awesome. So as always, I think there's going to be more of these in the future. I'll keep you up to date on these. Remember that the 3rd stimulus check package had billions and billions and billions of dollars go out to states, cities, and counties, and the vast majority of this money has not even been spent. It's just sitting there in their coffers as states, cities, and counties decide how to spend this money. A lot of times they have to vote on it. A lot of the annual budgets for states and stuff have already been decided. So they're waiting for the next kind of go around on how to do this. So I will keep you up to date on this as new kind of stimulus checks or decisions go out. So hopefully your state will do this. I recommend you reach out, email, tweet your representatives, your governors, your mayors, and say, hey, it'd be nice if you do this also. And on this channel, I will let you know as new decisions come out. Now, on the rest of the stimulus package, Senator Joe Manchin met with President Biden and Chuck Schumer in Delaware here to try to finalize the stimulus package as they're trying to shore up Senator Joe Manchin. Check this out. Senator Joe Manchin, Democrat from West Virginia, dun, 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 will meet with President Biden and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on Sunday morning in Delaware to discuss the Democrats' spending bill. A person familiar with it confirmed to The Hill. The 3 are seeking to make inroads on the framework of the reconciliation package, according to multiple reports. Democrats are trying to determine what aspects of the reconciliation package will remain or be amended or removed as moderates and Democrats seek to come to a resolution over the top line figure of the package. The package, which previously sat at $3.5 trillion, is now reportedly in the $2 trillion range. Senator Joe Manchin said in late September that his top line spending figure for the reconciliation package was $1.5 trillion. However, earlier this month, he said he would be open to a figure between $1.9 trillion to $2.2 trillion. The Clean Electricity Performance Program, which incentivizes utilities to use clean energy sources, is now out of the package after Manchin expressed he would not support it, as he's from West Virginia. Other elements, such as tuition-free community college and affordable housing, look like they may be pulled out or significantly reduced in the funding. President Biden earlier last week met with Manchin and Senator Kirsten Sinema from Arizona over the spending bill and later with progressives in an attempt to provide momentum on getting the legislation passed. Biden is seeking to have the reconciliation package passed before he and others head to Glasgow for the UN Climate Summit, which starts later this month. Speaker Nancy Pelosi has expressed optimism on Friday after having breakfast with Biden at the White House that Democrats are moving close to nailing a deal on the spending package, and Schumer attended the meeting remotely. Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, says that we are pretty much there now, and they are expected to have a vote this upcoming week. And all they basically need to do is just shore up Senator Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema, as well as the final remaining items. Which, well, there's a couple things between Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema. Couple of things, those things are Medicare, hearing, dental, vision, really big thing there. Joe Manchin has expressed that he's not for them. We actually have seen President Biden say in his town hall that was hosted by CNN. We've showed multiple different clips throughout the last few days. President Biden himself said he didn't know if that was going to be able to be passed for seniors. That's a very big deal to provide hearing coverage, dental coverage, vision coverage, as well as lower the Medicare eligibility age to age 60, which would provide coverage for up to 25 million Americans. To lower it from age 65 to age 60, that would provide about 25 million Americans the eligibility to get on Medicare. That Senate President Biden said Joe Manchin was not for that. I can't make this stuff up. So the problem is that one person, Joe Manchin or Kirsten Sinema, and President Biden actually said this, because there's 50 Democrats and they need every single one of them to vote yes. Every one of them is basically like the president of the United States. Everyone has as much power as him, because if one of them votes no, they can't pass it, because not a single Republican is going to vote yes. It would be nice if we had any Republicans stepping forward saying, you know what? I want to help seniors. I want to give them Medicare benefits. So I will give my vote because I want to help seniors. But no, not a single Republican is going to vote and help out seniors either. So we need every single Democrat to vote yes. So if one person like Joe Manchin says no, they have to basically negotiate with them until the point that they're willing to say yes. So that kind of shows you the battle here, because there's not a single Republican that's going to step forward for seniors, or there's not a single Republican that's going to step forward for children to, bring children out of poverty with the child tax credits either. So we really have this kind of where we're in this pickle, this hard line where you have to basically make Joe Manchin happy. It'd be a lot better if there was like one extra Democrat there where you could say, okay, Joe Manchin, go take a hike because we have one extra vote. But alas, you have 50 Democrats. You need every single vote there. So you need Joe Manchin's vote. You need Kirsten Sinema's vote. And yeah, that's why this it's been so important to literally make Joe Manchin happy. Kirsten Sinema she's like a mini thorn in the side of the Democrats. Joe Manchin is like a big thorn. Joe Manchin is I would say twice the thorn in the side of the Democrats as Kirsten Sinema. So yeah, I would say that Joe Manchin is twice as bad. Joe Manchin honestly seems like he's not for anything. So, but somehow they seem to be coming to an agreement with both of them. They seem to think that they're going to have it passed this week, and that they're going to be setting voting this week. So now remember that they got both their votes for the third stimulus check package as well and passed it. Both of them voted yes. Also remember that in the preliminary voting, the votes to proceed, both of them voted yes and basically started to open the process up and get it in the votes to proceed. So Very optimistic here that seems like it's going to happen. It's going to move forward here. So, and remember that there is a 1 year extension of the child tax credit. Those monthly checks for children, $250 to $300, a total of $3,000 to $3,600 for the year for the child tax credits. President Biden has stepped in and said that he is not in support of income qualifications or thresholds for the child tax credits at all, which goes in direct contention against Joe Manchin. So we're going to have to see if if Joe Manchin is going to concede and take away that income threshold. Remember, he was demanding or suggesting a $60,000 threshold for two people, married coupled, so that's only $30,000 each, as well as a work requirement. So is Joe Manchin just going to drop those things, both of them? And remember that they were saying that that would take over 37 million children, that would take the payments away from them. And then we also seen that a recent study from the Census Bureau said that 47% of families use the child tax credit payments for food. So Joe Manchin literally wants to take food away from children. 37 plus million children. Yeah. So we're going to have literally a showdown here because none of the other Democrats want these income requirements or this job requirement. Only Joe Manchin, but they need Joe Manchin's vote. We also have Joe Manchin saying that he doesn't necessarily want to vote for the Medicare requirements or the Medicare expansion because he thinks that it might hurt the solvency of it in the future, but yet they're funding the package. They're giving the package money. They're funding it. So yeah, we have a lot to work on, but yet they're ready to vote on it this week. So honestly, at some point they're going to have to just move forward with the votes because Joe Manchin will do this forever, right? So he'll just sit here and do this forever. So at some point we're going to be like, all right, Joe, we're ready to vote. Are you with us? Because we're voting. So we need your vote, right? You're just going to have to do it. We're voting, Joe. Come on. We're voting. That's what they're going to have to do. Come on. Kirsten Senate, we're voting. It's time to vote. Come on. Come on. It's time to vote, right? That's what they're going to have to do. And we're doing it this week. So come on. It's time to vote. That's what they're going to have to do. And it's time to put up or shut up, right? So that's what they're doing. So we'll see what happens. So don't miss any videos at this point. I'll keep you up to date. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos. Remember that new videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also click the share button down below to share this video with your friends and family so that they know what is going on. We're going to see, is there going to be additional stimulus checks in there for adults in addition to the child tax credits? What else is going to be in this package? Medicare benefits for seniors, the $800 stimulus debit card for Medicare benefits, dental benefits. What else is going to be in this package? We're going to see. So we're going to have a lot of big news this week. So I will keep you up to date. You can click here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is how there is a big raise coming out for Social Security and possibly more in the future. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.